Now, as far as what Joe was saying with the whole broke thing, I hate how people try to do that these days where it's like, oh, like if I call you broke, that makes you less of a person or something like that, you know, because if you look at it, most of the people in the world is going to be like, you know, not the rich class isn't that big of a percentage compared to people that are working hard workers like middle, you know, middle class or lower class or struggling, you know, most of his supporters are going to be quote unquote, what you consider broke. Like, how do you define broke? Like people that just live paycheck to paycheck that aren't able to go on vacation whenever they want, buy these expensive things that hip hop advertise. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for him to say that, it's like, bro, like you're dissing pretty much your entire supporters. You know what I mean? Like it's
I agree.
The majority of your supporters. And I noticed that like a lot of people, when they get into arguments with people, they kind of use that rhetoric, you know, or like, well, I did more numbers than you, or I did this. Like, I think at the end of the day, people need to realize that just because you have more money doesn't mean that you're a better person than me, or like, you know, like these different things. Like, cause there's so many people that have money, but they're terrible people. So it's like, at the end of the day, what are you really trying to say?
Listen, I agree with everything you're saying. Most people that are influential aren't people that have financial stability or money. There's smart people out there that are philosophical. They got all kinds of, you know, mental. They just ain't got the economic standpoint to be, you know, in the place that he's in. Now, think about this. He wasn't in this position his whole life. He was only in this position, and I hate to say it, because he got with some people that actually elevated him to another level. Now, he was hustling, doing whatever, getting by for a long time. Let it be known, there's a lot of rappers out there that ain't making money. They're not making money, but they're legendary people. They didn't really get a big check. They're legendary people. Does that make them less of a rapper than what they were? No, they still were geniuses at their talent and their art form. So why does money now matter? Because now you've been blessed with that opportunity to have some paper. I know people that got, you know, all kinds of money you would never know. And that's most millionaires. They walk around like Joe Schmo. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know they're not blinging. That's the hip hop culture that they put that out there.
We wear our money, you know, basically.
Listen, it makes no sense, man, for a lot of, like, listen, you put on all the jewels, right? You got all this, you got the Broly, you got this and that. Do you got land? Are you teaching your foundation, your people, how to be successful in building an equitable situation for the next generation? When you wearing $300,000 on your neck, and some people, you know, got property that's worth $3 million, and they walk down the street like Joe Schmo. It doesn't make sense. That's the culture, though. The culture has perpetuated this image that you gotta wear all this gaudy jewelry and you gotta be this and that and act like you got more than, and had the $1,500 jeans. Yeah, that's cool. When you got money to burn, that's cool, right? But where is it going? Like, it's a pair of jeans you're gonna wear 2 times. What are you showing for your people to make them elevate to the next level? And to get out of this society that we've been in for so long. You've been stuck in this for so long because that's where it was built that way. It was built so that you could be stuck in a bubble. Now you got the opportunity to take people out and bring everyone in your family to another level. What's this broke stuff about? I feel like the people that are doing that are the broke people. It's the people that are enriching people that are the real rich people. It doesn't have anything to do with money. It's about knowledge and giving to the community to make it better, for everyone to be able to succeed and do better for the next generation. So all that, man, looking, you know, fly and all that is fine. You got to look good when you go out, right? But you don't got to spend $1 million on jewelry just to show the next brother that you did it.
You know, another thing, I do want to point out that Joe has done things in the community to help people, right? Like I've seen him give back and give backpacks to kids, all types of stuff, right? But
coats, yeah,
right. But when you're saying something like this, you're talking about the exact group that you're helping. Then when you're calling people broke and stuff, You know what I'm saying? So that's like it's an interesting irony in him saying stuff like that. But you got to look at also throughout his career, it hasn't always just been a steady incline. He's had ups and downs, right? There's been times where there was that tax evasion situation. He didn't have money to pay all that back and he had to go to prison for 4 months or whatever, right? So it's like, what it's like. You started at the bottom. You know what it's like to not have money. You've had ups, you have had downs and stuff. So for him to say something like that, I didn't understand it,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we got so many entertainers that went to that level, becoming gazillionaires, having all this money, and then drop right back down to earth. But they've been humble the whole time throughout the process. That's something that we got to, look at as well. Like, how come this guy can make maybe 10 times more than you and never say anything like that and always be supportive of people? And he's been through the same situation. Came from the bottom to the top, back down, and now leveled out to be back to the top again. I don't understand. That's just that's a character flaw, man. That's a character flaw. Like, you get it, you got it, you good. Okay, that's cool. But to talk down to people just because you feel like they're not financially as stable as you, again, like you said, these are people that support you. The reason why you got this money is because of these people supporting you. It's not all rich people that are in your circle that are buying your records. They're not buying nothing. It's us. It's the people that are on the grassroots level that are like, yo, I like this brother. Let me follow him. Let me support. Let me buy a hat. You know how many people I see with their apparel on? That wasn't a big thing before. But now people are supporting because they feel like this is somebody that came from where I came from. And then now you're going to sit there and shit on them and say, hey, well, you ain't as rich as me. Yeah, but you rich because of me.
I think that it's kind of surprising that he hasn't come out and apologized for his comments or like at least tried to smooth it over a little bit. Instead, like he's made posts on Instagram that have been more like, well, fuck you. Like he's like, throwing up the middle finger and like all these different things. So it's like humility goes a long way, bro. Showing that you can be humble, that showing that, you can admit to when you've made a mistake and everything. And this is the most backlash we've ever seen him receive. I've never
Yes.
seen him receive this much backlash before, right? So it's really surprising that he couldn't just come out and be like, you know what, I have a problem with this person saying this, but my words affected a lot of people that I didn't mean it to. Like, that's it. It's not like him saying like I was wrong about the whole thing, but he could have did something like that.
Like I've seen him apologize on different levels for different reasons, right? And I think that the arrogance has gotten, the best of him in this situation because those other situations that I believe he apologized in were because people on a high level were like, listen, this ain't cool. You gotta, you gotta fix this. I don't think anyone's checking him right now. I think right now he's just on a cloud and he's floating and he feels like he's never going to come down. But
I bet you if he wasn't with Rock Nation, though, he would be apologizing. But, Rock Nation has really helped propel him to another level of fame, right?
That power, yeah. Yeah, that power. You get that power. But listen, man, I don't like to be cliches, but everybody has their day, right? His day is like, really, he's making his day. No one's creating it. He's creating it for himself. He's going to create a problem again, because now if you don't apologize, if you don't come out and justify saying that I was wrong, hey, look, I might have said this for that reason or that, then the people are going to at some point get fed up. I'm looking at some of these videos. I don't even know. Like I saw the booing in Chicago. Right. And I'm like, but then I see people saying, hey, he wasn't even there. So I'm like, okay, either way, I hear people booing.
Yeah, some people said that the booing was added to that video of him performing. I don't know if that's true or not. You know what I mean?
Neither.
But But what about him stepping down from BET though? Because he hosted the award show for the last 3 years, right? So I'm wondering if behind the scenes they say, yo, you got to apologize or you got to step down. He tried to make it seem like, yo, I'm just stepping down because I want to give other people a chance.
Opportunity.
Yeah, right. But I don't think so.
An arrogant person that would say what he said and act the way he acts is actually going to be humble enough to step down from that type of situation. That doesn't sound realistic to me.
Well, how many times have you seen him apologize? The only time I've really seen him apologize was for the Lil Mo and Vita situation for calling them some dusty bitches. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
That's the only one that I got in my mind as well. So we're on the same page.
Right. That's like the only time I've seen him do that.
Yeah. From the battle, that was it.
Right.
That
the
was
verses.
It.
And even Ja Rule was surprised. He was all like, I'm surprised you calling these women all these stuff, you know?
And again, that's almost the same character that we seeing right now. It's the same thing. They ain't have nothing to do with nothing. You just bringing some people into the situation to make yourself look bigger and better.
Yeah, I know.